Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. So it seems as though there are a few difficulties in heaven for Larsa Pippen and her man, Marcus Jordan, on the grounds that Marcus's dad, Michael Jordan, just put their whole relationship on impact. What is your take on Marcus and loads of individuals together? You support it, you don't endorse it, and do you believe he's going to request that she wed him? Michael has made it more than clear that he accepts that Larsa could have prepared his child, and he is currently putting her on impact for being unseemly. Michael is additionally spilling a few tea about the relationship, and it seems as though things are creepier than we knew. Did Larsa truly meet Marcus when he was just 6 years of age? So it just so happens. Larsa Pippen was presenting some striking face falsehoods when she guaranteed that everybody in her circle was fine with her dating Marcus, because it would seem, in addition to the fact that they disapprove of her dating Marcus, many individuals haven't arrived for the relationship well on. The off chance that you're asking why individuals haven't arrived for this relationship. This is on the grounds that individuals found it out and out unpleasant leading. There is the issue of the monstrous age hole between them for the people who don't realize Larsa is 16 years more established than Marcus is, and that is directed to a ton of conversations online about whether the age hole is suitable. Now fans are generally parted about this show on the grounds that while some vibe like the age hole is peculiar and sort of dreadful, others feel like both Marcus and Larsa are grown-ups, and they ought to have the option to do anything they desire. Marcus is certainly not a minor, and a few fans accept that no one ought to attempt to police his dating life in any case. The main explanation that the relationship is getting a great deal of backfire was the way that individuals accept that they have known one another since Marcus was in a real sense a kid, and Larsa was a completely developed lady. In the event that you haven't yet made the associations between these two, let me separate it for you. Marcus is the second child of NBA legend Michael Jordan and his most memorable spouse, Juanita Jordan, and Larsa is Scottie Pippen's ex now for those of you all who actually haven't made the rainbow association. Scottie and Michael played together in the NBA group the Chicago Bulls, harking back to the 90s. At the time, Scottie and Larsa were at that point wedded and Marcus was at that point conceived. On the off chance that you have a lot of insight into the NBA, you realize that b-ball families frequently drape out together beyond games. It's extremely normal for NBA families to essentially have a warm relationship outside the court, and since Scottie and Micah were in the same boat, it's a given that their families would have been associated at one point or another, no doubt. I realize that Scottie and Michael had some insane meat and contention despite the fact that they were in the same boat. However, it actually doesn't change the way that they were colleagues and their families would have known one another regardless of whether they weren't best pals. So this means Larsa has known Marcus since he was 6 or 7 years of age, and she was a developed lady in her 20s, despite the fact that he is presently not a kid. Individuals actually find this very unpleasant, that he would try and be remotely drawn to somebody that she's known since they were a kid. Yet listen, I'm not passing judgment on, I'm simply attempting to let you all understand what individuals are saying and why many individuals probably won't be hanging around for this relationship now. Larsa emerged and reject that she knew Marcus when he was a youngster. Guaranteeing that she never ran into him as a kid, she left a remark under a post by the Shade Room saying, "I just met him quite a while back. I never knew him or his family. I was 21 years of age and in school when Scottie played that 1 year with MJ. And we weren't companions with them like everybody thinks, except the roads were not getting it." Individuals actually didn't completely accept that and she had to address the claims. Again, in a meeting with Tamron Lobby where she guaranteed that they met quite a while back at a party. Well, I feel like we in a real sense just met at a party. Quite a while back, gracious. Truly we were simply companions since we as a whole lived in Chicago. Definitely. When did you meet him? 4 years away, party at like a LA party. Did you know who he was at the time? Well, definitely we have a ton of common companions. Again, individuals truly didn't get involved with this and felt like she was simply attempting to shield herself from getting hauled and harassed via online entertainment in light of the fact that really the backfire has been insane. However, at that point, as individuals brought up, the explanation she's getting kickback is on the grounds that she's attempting to be really slippery about it all along, as though she realized that she was accomplishing something wrong. Individuals directed out how she didn't actually need toward recognize the relationship at initial, and Insider spilled the tea about the connection, saying Marissa and Marcus Jordan are nonchalantly hanging out. The two have a parcel of similar companions in like manner, so they have been around each other at ton and appreciate hanging out. They are having a great time together. They likewise added Larsa's separation from Scotty was settled toward the start of this current year, and she's partaking in that opportunity, yet perhaps Larsa wasn't all set public with the relationship, or something to that effect. In any case, when she was gotten some information about the tales, she absolutely denied them, guaranteeing that she was only companions with Marcus. Individuals say, "You're dating, I have a ton of company. Once I've been extremely friendly. I was hitched for a long time, like this is the best time for me to truly sharpen and out my connections. So that is somewhat what I'm doing. Sadly, this ended up being one more falsehood that she was trapped in half a month after she denied dating Marcus. Paparazzi pictures of them kissing immediately became a web sensation, and individuals pummeled Larsa for lying. Now, the fascinating part about this is that Larsa conceded that she and Marcus initially began hanging out when she put away his name under a phony moniker. She said, "I would never truly place you under your name in my telephone, so I had you under Mark Jacob. I didn't believe anybody should know when you called me, despite the fact that it seemed like she was simply attempting to keep her life hidden. Certain individuals took this to me that she was concealing the relationship since she realized that something was off about it and didn't believe individuals in her internal circle should call her out for it. Well, it's been very nearly a year now, and there are as yet areas of strength for going." Insider, as of late, affirmed their sentiment in Individuals magazine, saying they are dating and blissful. They're having a great time. She's difficult her best to keep it peaceful and not overemphasize it. They see each other basically a couple of times each week now. One inquiry that has been on everyone's brains is how in the world the two families have been dealing with the relationship. Like I said before, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen had some insane hamburger, yet they actually haven't moved past after such a long time. So how in the world would Michael take it, realizing that his child was dating his foe's ex? Well, as per Larsa, everyone in the family took it well, and they were all fine with the relationship. Have you met Michael Jordan and Juanita Jordan? And what did they say about the relationship? You realize I don't actually... obviously, I as of late have not. You realize I've as of late been spending time with them. Yet I would truly prefer not to discuss them. I feel like there's no need to focus on, my folks or his folks. They're all blissful. Our entire family's fine. So she fundamentally said that Michael was totally fine with the relationship, and keeping in mind that she didn't precisely illuminate it. She likewise implied that Scotty didn't precisely dislike the relationship. However, it just so happens what she wasn't speaking the truth about was the Michael Jordan part, since he as of late uncovered that he doesn't endorse the relationship. He was in Paris a couple of days prior, and when the paparazzi inquired as to whether he supported Marcus and Lawrence's relationship, this is what he needed to say. "Hello, Mr. Jordan. What is your take on Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You endorse it, you've done it, evidence. Do you believe he will request that she wed him?" So it seems to be someone named Larsa was doing a strong face lie about how Michael truly had an outlook on the relationship, and many individuals aren't shocked to discover that he isn't on the side of their relationship yet. It seems to be his sentiments run significantly more profound than that, on the grounds that an insider uncovered that Michael has Ian creeped out by the relationship from the very start. Purportedly, he finds it exceptionally ruthless that Larsa would try and be remotely drawn to his child in a cozy way, and he didn't keep down on his viewpoint since he made it extremely obvious to her. And Marcus anyway, he realizes that he needs to acknowledge that Marcus is mature enough to pursue his own choices.